that one. Is it not true? It is. Fuman. Taninsiafu. Okay, let me leave this hard stuff. Just to tell you, somebody asked a question about Zuma being chased away from the ANC, blah, 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 blah. You said, we are not going to leave the ANC. You will die in the ANC. But you are forming another organization. Only my brother here understood that very well. Only. The reason why I said I will never leave the ANC is because I love history. I know history. The ANC was established by our ancestors. The traditional leaders, our pastors were black, our intellectuals, to defend the black person who was being suppressed by the whites. And they knew what they were doing. And it was the organization of all of us. They were uniting us because prior to that, the unity was not at that level. All these traditional leaders were in their areas, so to speak. But they realized that the black person is being taken out of his own country whilst living in his own country. And it was important for us to do so. And if we have to die for it, we must. And many have died for it, fighting for our liberation. I know that that situation is always made to be very traumatic. It's not a small thing. Many people died, many people stayed in prison, many were killed for fighting for their rights, tortured to death. Others were thrown into the sea, you never know, never find them again. Can only be a funny nation that says, okay, Wednesday. You don't say, let us stand and liberate ourselves. Precisely because that organization was established by those people, some of us will respect that organization which was established by our ancestors. Because it was correct, it was true, it was defending the nation. Now, if then the leaders of that organization at a given time turn away from what was given to all of us, they are actually undermining our ancestors who were correct and undermining the organization itself, which is our tool to liberate ourselves. And some of us were said, I'm leaving the ANC because it has gone out of the way. It's no longer the ANC we know. This is the Ramaphosa ANC. And we said it, and we'll continue saying it. They've deviated, they've moved out of the way. But this organization had made the struggle in South Africa to be known throughout the world. There are many things that they did. They sacrificed, they died. They followed from the organizations that were called or whatever in the past. Let me not mention them. As me, with a very sore heart, saying I'm not going to vote for the ANC, I want you to understand this. Why I said, much as I will vote for Umkhonto weSizwe, but I will never leave the ANC as a member. I will die the ANC. I was respecting our ancestors who established the ANC. You cannot take the history of struggle, of the ANC, run away from it when we have sacrificed it. Some of us served years in prison, went to exile. It was not a nice thing, it was not playing soccer, it was a struggle. And if people were changing this organization, giving it to the whites, the oppressors, they are taking even the history back to the oppressors. And I was saying I will fight for that. Even if I'm in the MK, I will fight to get the history of the ANC here to us who fought for this revolution. So I don't want people to misunderstand, because I did not say all of this. I was just making the point historically that I belong to this organization. But when it was still the organization that was established by our ancestors. This one, which now looks funny, led by somebody else, I'm not going to leave that one. This one I'm leaving, I'm not going to vote for. Clear, 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 clear. I don't want one day, why Tino Zuma? One day, when I'm an old man, because now I'm very young. I'm very young now. I will tell people, I will tell the citizens of this country that you sold out by creating other organizations helping the enemy to disperse us so that we don't have a concrete majority. Because that's what is done with these little parties that we've been establishing, all of us. We must come to a point where we realize the reality. And I'm telling you, this comrade will come to the books of history. He had done something that many would not do, because his politics is scientific. And that's why even his action has become a big issue, because it is a scientific issue, proper scientific, to say we are closer to our liberation. Let us join together to reach there so that we can have this country in peace with everybody, including the whites, everybody who's here. Because for now, this country, there is no peace, because black people are like, I don't know how we could describe them. We've got cities. In the city, there is what is called, what is this last forum? Township. Why there is a city and a township? Why? If you ask that question, why there's no city only? Is a city and a township. Should we say fine to stay in the township, where at times their toilets are not correct, every other thing? Until when? Coming with Umkhonto weSizwe, we are coming with a solution for this country forever, so that there will be peace, there will be harmony, there will be everything. If you don't want it, fine. We'll help you. We'll take you once we make it. That's why the issue of the black political parties must come together to be one. Because the whites are not there together. They've been consolidating in what is called, what is this party, Abu? Huh? DA. If you counted aba asebebonile ukuthi iqiniso lifuneka libe njani. There are very few. Ngam bafuna phakathi komkhondo mabekho. Bakhona bambalwa. There are few. There is a serious period coming, which we want to deal with peacefully, fortunately. That's why when we're moving up and down, we're saying we want to have 2/3 majority. Because we want this to come peacefully, no longer through the barrel of the gun. Peacefully. We must come to our senses, realize that we cannot live like this. A city, and what? Township, a rural area, urban. Why? Where in the rural areas where we stay is not a single hospital. All hospitals in the cities. I don't want to be emotional. I was just telling you that what we are all about is about us bringing this country where it is supposed to be for all its citizens.